Look at this crowd, Jim.
Hey, what crowd?
What crowd?
Is this working?
I don't know. Is this working?
We got to share this. They're so economical. The money goes so far with Stepping Stone that we have one microphone because we were saving on the rental fee. So every penny can go to help the people who need to have services. Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing. And the price of a 9-volt battery, it is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Senator John Hoffman.
And I'm Jim Abler. I'm a senator too, I guess. Yeah. My mom calls me Jimmy, though.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Some people call you Abler.
Some call me a lot of things. Let's not go into that. Have you ever seen a more handsome audience?
I've never seen a more handsome audience in it.
And generous.
Can we say that word anymore?
Handsome?
Handsome.
Yes.
There is. It's okay.
Yeah. No, it is amazing to be here. It's we're all blessed in so many ways, and already you've chipped in a little bit to help out some people who really need a hand, and they'll have another chance to do that later, won't they?
They sure will, Jim. And first and foremost, don't you think we should introduce our leading sponsor here?
Absolutely. Why don't you do that?
Thank you. Our leading sponsor, Hoffman Weber Construction. They've been a valued partner since 2018 when they generously donated labor and materials to renovate Stepping Stone's house in Blaine. So here's a commercial we'd like to share.
They say that joy is an inside job, but happiness depends on what's happening. So let's see what can happen when Hoffman Weber transforms your home's exterior. From this to this, this to this, or this to this. Get 5% off your first project at hwconstruction.com. Make your home better with Hoffman Weber.
So they were an amazing sponsor, and thank you for that. But there's other sponsors.
There is correct.
Did you know that? In fact, there's a lot of other sponsors. There are sponsors that are co-stars. So we're just up here being eye candy. These are co-star sponsors. 21st Century Bank. Let's hear it for them. Midwest One Bank. PSD Land Development. Ham Lake Area Chamber of Commerce. And thank you so much for being such a bunch of co-stars. Awesome.
Now, you ready for this? The ensemble sponsors include Blaine Ham Lake Rotary, Financial One Credit Union, Walters Recycling and Refuse. Isn't that amazing? Edina Realty Title, Mary T. Inc., Compassion Church, St. Joseph of the Lakes Catholic Church, and the Chain of Lakes Church.
Well, that's a remarkable group. There's understudies that are sponsors here. Monarch Foundation, let's hear it for them. Steinwall Plastic Injection Molding, Majestic Oaks Golf Club, that sounds familiar. Northeast Bank, whoa, Box Financial, Payment Resource Contracting and Equipment, and the Anoka Rotary Club. Let's hear it for those guys, the understudies.
Well, wait a minute. You want some extras? There's some extras in here. You ready for these extras? Village Bank, Wayland James Foundation, Church Offset Printing, The Heart and Mind Connection, We Fix Blinds, Blind Installation and Repair, the Anoka Dental, Field Law, Billy's Bar and Grill, Advanced First Aid, and Conscious Healing Counseling, Senator.
That's pretty amazing. John, what time is it?
It is, wait a minute, let me look. It
Is there an auction going on?
7:19, Jim.
7:19. What does that mean? There's 11 minutes left for the silent auction. And if you, did you know that? 11 minutes. And there's this little dealy thing here, if you haven't figured it out. There's this impossible code thing here, which I have no idea how it works, but it's magic. It's magic. You put your phone by this, and you can donate from your chair. It's amazing. You don't have to get up. You don't got to wander around. No elbowing. That's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It is. You know what you want to do is check, you want to make sure you do it. You can do the thingy right here on your thingy, this thingy, right?
Thing, yeah.
The thing. So,
Hey, John.
yes, Jim.
There's only 10 minutes left.
No, that's good.
They better get moving. Anyway, so let's, should we talk about this place?
Yeah, let's talk about this place.
Do you know what Stepping Stone's mission is?
I don't know what Stepping Stone's mission is.
Well-
Israel, you want to cue up our Stepping Stone's mission?
Well, it's to provide emergency shelter and critical support services to individuals 18 and older experiencing homelessness while striving towards self-sufficiency. It's the only shelter of its kind in the 5 counties of Anoka, Washington, Dakota, Scott, and Carver. Now that's a really wholesome goal. You help them move along and then move to self-sufficiency, because we've all been blessed in so many ways, and some people have had much more challenges. And so that mission it's amazing to me, John.
So in everything we do, whether it's with employees, volunteers, residents, or our community members, we keep these 4 pillars at the front of our minds, which are empower, respect, collaborate, and steward. Stepping Stones offers a unique opportunity to those who want to resolve their homelessness, from everyday basic needs to significant programming that don't include idle words, but actually provides the resources and connections in order to make real, lasting change.
Well, that's important to me. I'm generous, but I don't want to donate money to something that's not going to make real change and really help people.
But this really does, Jim.
Absolutely. So I asked them a lot of questions about that. And so there is a lot of places you can donate and be helpful with, but hardly any more worthy than this. What do we?
I was just pointing. It said Jim Abler, Senate District 35 on the thing. Yeah.
How did that? Whoa! No, it said John Hoffman.
Senate District 36, soon to be 34, Jim.
I'm so confused. Anyway, over the last year, they've expanded their programs to help even more people. They're providing case management to 20 individuals at 2 hotels in Woodbury and Stillwater. And by the way, those hotels are not cheap. They have the place with 66 beds, but half of the people in hotels because of COVID and challenges. And that is really, excuse me, it almost chokes me up. But it's a real challenge. And you talk about, but it's still really important because they need to be moving along to be self-sufficient. And they've increased their community-based supportive program from 10 to 20. 20 people being helped in community supports, moving along, and then one moves along, and another, clap for that. It's not just 1, it's not 10, it's 20, and then 66 making a difference, moving along like a queue of people. And they look forward in the coming years to strengthen and improve upon all their programming so they eventually can end homelessness.
That's what this thing's about, right? I mean, and Julie, what you bring to our area, what you bring to absolutely the whole metro area, what you bring to the state is wonderful, and I'll never forget. Yes, clap for her, will you? 2 years ago, in a hearing, do you remember when we asked her about expanding? Well, Julie, I'm glad to tell you that, it's so nice to see that now's the time to do it, because you're expanding because people need it, period. And I know this past year has been incredibly challenging between increased COVID outbreaks and decreased employee retention, but your residents and staff have been through more than most. And Jim talked about that. Putting people in hotels, it's not stable. It's not fun. It costs a lot of money. But the exciting news, though, is there is light at the end of the tunnel. And you know what? You're moving forward because of what you believe in this mission and vision, and we're proud to say that, we're supporting you. And there's no turning back now, Julie. So with that, Senator Abler, you want to remind people something?
Hey, what time is it?
It's, wait. Because I got, you can do your auction thingy on your thingy here? So it's 7:24, Jim Abler, 7:24.
You had 6 minutes. 6 minutes to get that thing. And, you're here as friendly people trying to help out some folks who need a hand, but deep down, you're competitive. Don't you want to win? You get to take home a cool thing using it with your automatic. It doesn't work with the microphone, though. I just noticed that. But I think if this is the point of the meeting, the party, where you want to win the thing that you were going to give somebody for Easter or Christmas, and some people are hard to shop for. There's some amazing items over there. We're not going to go through the list. Anyway, what time is it?
Did you know this was a phone?
What time? What?
This is a phone.
It's not. It's just not an auction machine.
It's 7:24, Jim Abler.
You have 6 minutes to win. So if the Vikings, don't be the Vikings. Play all 60 minutes. Don't stop in the last 6 minutes. See it through. Anyway. Oh, what? Hey, I've got a good feeling about them this next year. They got a new coach. It's going to be amazing. So that's sorry. Anyway, so I think we're done for now. Is that
Remind people to bid what?
a bid?
Oh my God, I forgot the orchestra bid ticket. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. So see if you can beat John on the orchestra ticket. Anyway, oh, sorry. Yeah, just a little bid.
Bid often. It's like politics in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Vote early and often, but aren't you telling people to go back and start bidding often and early on this thing? Oh, I got a bid, Jim. I'm gonna bid.
So it's that easy?
Watch this. Ready? Now you just push the button, place my bid, submit the bid. Boom, I'm currently the highest bidder.
You could do that too, with that little thingy and however you did that. It's like amazing. I need a 14-year-old grandson to help me with this, but these people are way smarter than me.
Uh-oh, someone's 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left, Jim.
3 minutes.
All right, enjoy your food. We'll tell them when there's 1 minute
Yeah,
left, right?
God bless. We are just proud to be part of you in this great area who cares so much about people. So that's it.
That's it. See you.
Time out.
There's 57 seconds left.
No, there's 55 seconds left.
Actually, now it's 52 seconds.
You know, time's a wasting, but you can still get a phone call into Florida and make a bid yet.
I think you're right. 45 seconds left. Folks, are you paying attention?
Time's a wasting.
Julie, what do you think? There's now 39 seconds left.
The Vikings have won a lot of games in the last 37 seconds.
Do you mean it 2-minute Tommy Kramer? It's now 2-second Tommy Kramer.
He's got to get going. They can do it.
25 seconds, Jim.
It's counting down.
20 seconds, 19, 18, 17, 16.
There is still time to be a winner.
You can still go to Florida and come back by doing this. With 10 seconds left, folks. 8, 7, loud, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year! Oh, wait, wrong thing.
Somebody outbid me by $5 on the last second. Where is she?
You'll be sleeping on the couch, dear.
Thank you, everybody.
If only you had a chance just to sit and enjoy the evening with that group of folks, it would be a good evening all by itself. But there's more.
There's absolutely more, and now listen to me because I'm going to be the serious one up here. The Republican was funny, the Democrat's serious. How's that one for you? I'm glad you laughed.
So that was funny.
That was funny.
You screwed it all up. There you go.
I did screw it all up. Serious, please show the utmost respect for the actors on the stage because Illusion Theater is here. You ready? The stories of residents being told. So please refrain from talking during the performance or taking pictures. And now would also be a good time to turn your cell phones off. Jim, why?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. There are some here. There's an implied contract. When you walked through here, if your cell phone goes off during the performance, you are privileged to donate $500. Thank you.
An actual donation. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Illusion Theater.
Oh, we need, okay. Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear. Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. 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 Thank you. Thank you so much. Truly, thank you so much for being here. Oh, these past few years have been quite a journey for us all.
Yes.
During the pandemic, it's been really hard for us to connect residents to the resources that they need. And moving people into transition has really slowed down. Some people are staying up for a year instead of the ideal 3 to 6 months. And we've also had to deal with staff shortages, which has just kept us adjusting to keep up. When we have a new variant outbreak, we just aren't able to take in new people, and we can't do face-to-face meetings. We've all been waiting. We've all struggled through these past years.
We've moved half of our clients to a hotel twice, and we keep adjusting to figure out how to best serve them in these weird times.
Yeah, and moving all of the residents to the hotel last year came at a price of $100,000 per month.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been really hard. It was hard to enforce curfew at the hotel, and we couldn't feed people. We just couldn't deliver food to each room every night.
There were 33 folks in the shelter and 33 in the hotel. Now we have moved half of the hotel residents back to Stepping Stone, where we usually have 8 people per room. Now we have 4 people to a room.
Yeah, and we thought that our off-campus residents might be, upset to leave the hotel setting and return to Stepping Stone, but a lot of them revealed that they felt in limbo at the hotel, that they didn't have the structure, and that they were actually looking forward to having that structure back.
Throughout Stepping Stone's history, we've worked with people who have experienced extraordinarily difficult circumstances. And this is where you all come in.
As you listen to these accounts of people who have benefited from Stepping Stone's programs, please consider helping those like them and those who are just waiting to be found.
We're waiting,
Waiting,
just twisting in the wind.
On hold to see what happens, to see what life will bring, to see what life takes back and keeps us twisting in the wind.
how do we keep our lamps lit and hold on to our hope?
How do we make plans that may not live beyond that hope?
Twisting in the wind. Faith in something better.
A wind that's not full blown.
Believing each man's joy is joy to me.
And no one stands alone and left just twisting in the wind.
No. We are carried on the winds of change.
With hope to see what happens.
We are carried by the wind to see what life will bring when no one stands alone. No one stands alone. Do any of you remember those little mnemonic devices that were intended to help students memorize things, remember things more easily? Like King Philip cried, "Oh, for goodness sake," stand for kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. And SOHCAHTOA stood for sine equals opposite over hypotenuse, cosine equals adjacent. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. You get the idea. It helped you get the right answer on some quiz. Well, in high school, I was presented, and I think it was in civics class, with a concept that I have never forgotten. Not a mnemonic one, but the drawing of a pyramid. And I have not remembered everything that I learned in high school, not by a long shot, believe me, but the pyramid of needs created by Abraham Maslow has stuck with me. He was an American psychologist, and maybe it was that visual, that pyramid, or his wonderful name, Abraham Maslow. Or maybe that idea that we are going to have a harder time reaching our dreams when we're hungry or we don't have shelter. At any rate, Maslow came up with the hierarchy of needs. He stressed the importance of focusing on positive qualities in people as opposed to treating them as a bag of symptoms. So the needs, at the bottom of the pyramid, the word physiological was listed. That means food, water, warmth, rest. And then next was safety, emotional and intellectual security. Then love and belonging, which included friendship, a sense of connection, esteem, respect, status, and recognition. And finally, at the pyramid's top was self-actualization, achieving one's full potential. Well, Stepping Stone Emergency Shelter provides all of the pyramid's building blocks. The self-actualization is a little more complicated.
You know, as basic needs are met, there's a better chance at realizing dreams. Stepping Stone offers each resident a plan that is tailor-made to their individual or situational needs. Working with a case manager, each resident completes a housing plan that identifies their ultimate goal and then breaks it down into attainable steps to reach that goal. One past resident who was experiencing a myriad of chaotic things in her life had a surprising goal. A cherished possession that she had placed in storage and longed to have back in her life.
My beginnings were dysfunctional, but I thought we were normal. Doesn't everyone's dad buy 6 cases of beer and a bottle of vodka each week? I mean, we went to church every week. Can I speak? My parents were strict. My mama was sick. Her troubles were rife. She took her own life, and she had a bad back, just like me. I've got titanium here, titanium there. I've got screws in each vert and each bray. My spine has been cautered and soldered and slaughtered. In the winter, my insides get cold. And I'm no longer young, but more old. After 26 years, my husband, the drunk, walked out, turned the kids against me. He has a new Frau, and the law won't allow for my fair share of alimony. The roof on the add-on collapsed. The note on our mortgage then lapsed. I was cheated by loan sharks. The bank wants the dough back. They took 2 of my subsidy checks. My life scheduled with chaos. I don't get a day off. Just stress from my toes to my neck. I've been here 7 months. My daughter's on drugs. I scraped someone's car in the lot. I am not ungrateful, but when I feel hateful, it's like I'm in a reform school, but not. We're all up by 8. There's a line for the showers. It seems to take hours to pull on support socks, my Teds. I share a bedroom with 7. Where's my slice of heaven? My darling deep sleep number bed. It's what I desire. Oh, it sets me on fire. It's my goal. It's my grail. It's my med. Soon I'll be reunited, and I'm so excited. I miss it so much. We've been out of touch. My darling deep sleep number bed. I know it's in storage, just waiting for me. And when all of the paperwork's done, I'll sign 12 million waivers so soon I can savor my darling deep sleep number bed. Yes, I'll count every sheep as each one of them leap, so at last I might slumber in my darling deep sleep number bed.
As a case manager, I work with 33 of the 66 residents. We have a mix of ages, 18 to 72, and their challenges vary. Some, we're all good. It's all good back here, don't worry. The challenges vary. Some are dealing with eviction. Others might need treatment for drugs or alcohol. Someone is fleeing domestic violence. Someone is undocumented and working hard to become documented. Someone loses their social security, their relationship, their home. And whether shelter is needed for a few nights or a few months, all Stepping Stone residents are treated with dignity and respect and have their basic needs met. This means 3 meals per day, showers, laundry facilities, and even clothing and toiletries, and a bed to call their own.
You didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You stuck it in your pocket.
Yes, I stuck it in my pocket.
And then you ate it.
Then I ate it, yes.
That is disturbing.
Now you get me kicked out of church.
Hey, Crazy Eights, anybody want to play a game?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, you know, this is nice.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, we can sit on our beds without having those top bunks lurking over our heads.
Yeah, and I don't miss them. I mean, I am tall. Every time I sat up, my head would hit that top bunk.
Yeah, I do miss Jill, though.
She's just down the hall. You can see her anytime. And we all have more room.
Do you have any 8s?
No, draw. Oh, hey, it's lights out in 10 minutes.
Oh, I got an 8.
Okay, you get to draw again.
Your turn.
You know, I don't like rules. Lights out, TV off, no smoking except outside.
I didn't know you smoked.
I don't. I just don't like rules.
You got any aces?
Too many people here to go without them. Without rules?
Everything is
chaos.
chaos.
Yep.
I still don't have to like them.
Yeah, but, you know, rules are rules. My work's got them. This place has got them. The correctional institution that I lived in for too many years had them. Correctional institutions ruined my life. They ruined my life. You know, it creates a criminal state of mind. You go in with a teenage state of mind and you leave with a career criminal state of mind. That's what the system does to people. Honestly, I got I got beat up mentally more than anything. Just by being confined, knowing you can't go anywhere like a rat in a cage. Honestly, that in itself creates these mental scars. And honestly, it leaves you emotionally beat down. At the end of the day, there is no winning.
No one can jumpstart your shit for you. They can show you the river, but you got to carry your own boat.
So I made a mistake, okay? Why do I have to constantly pay for it? No, I know it doesn't help me to go over it every day, but I just still get so angry.
Yeah, it's a heavy boat. Hurts to carry it.
Treat me the way you want to be treated. It's the fairest way to do it.
But fair isn't always what we get rules.
Yeah, but if we don't follow the rules, if we can't follow the rules necessary for things to run smoothly, then we have to leave. And
I'm not ready to go yet. Are you?
One day at a time. Set a goal, work toward that goal, set a new one. That's what I'm learning. I'm just not good at it yet.
Yeah, your case manager's helping, right?
Yeah, but Roy controlled everything, including me. I was so naive. I thought that's the way it was supposed to be. He was always so angry, and he took it out on me. I'm lucky to be alive. I need to keep busy or I get anxious, and when people tell me what to do, I have trouble following through. I feel like I'm back in that horrible relationship with no choices.
But you're not. And you've got choices.
But that's how I feel.
I know.
I usually like to work out, but it's Friday and I've already worked 40 hours this week and I still have to work tomorrow. Do you have any queens? As long as I'm working toward a goal, then, when I have nothing to do, I start going backwards. Hey, I drew a queen.
Don't tell us. Now we know what you're saving.
Maybe that was a decoy statement.
Oh, okay.
You never know. And you're collecting 8s, aren't you?
Draw again. I mean, at least you can work. For me, I don't feel safe being outside. I was going to emergency rooms, trying to stay there instead of being on the outside. Staying on the train, sleeping on the train. I mean, sometimes I wouldn't have a ticket. I would just ride the trains. I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop. I feel safe here.
Yeah. Roy doesn't know I'm here. Thank God. Your turn.
I'm out.
Look at all those 8s. Did you just draw the last one?
You just got lucky.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Hold your applause. Hold your applause.
Okay, you won, lady. Hey, should we play out?
Do we have time?
No, not really. I'll take all the cards and shuffle it for next time. Hey, I want a rematch, and I'm looking forward to beating you big time.
Last year, my mom was murdered. It was a gang thing. She was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. A bus stop, You wouldn't think a bus stop would be a wrong place, I was at work when it happened. We were supposed to go have lunch. I'm depressed a lot. It's kind of like what the veterans have, PTSD or like flashbacks, and it led me to homelessness. I needed to move out of the violence of the city, and I just feel really blessed to receive free counseling and room and board here. I've always had 3 or 4 jobs, and now I can just like slow down a bit. It lets me concentrate on my mental stability, I always took care of my mom, and this place helps me.
Me too.
Me too.
The women in my family, they're strong. They're on the move. My sister moved to New York City. My mom moved somewhere warm and pretty. And I found a home. But always those strong women, they made me who I am today. And I just can't help but say, strong women, forgive and forget. Live large and let love in. Tough in their thick skin, find room to let light in. Helping me through all the stuff life puts you through. That's what a strong woman can do. And like a fragile porcelain clock, without a key, no tick, no tock, my heart and mind seem to stop when Mama died. Another strong woman, a helper and friend. She helped me get back on the wheel. She placed my hands back on the wheel. She taught me how to move again. Strong women, forgive and forget. Live large and let love in. Tough in their thin skin, find room to let light in. Helping me through all the stuff life puts us through. That's what a strong woman can do. I can do it. I can grow. I don't always have to know the answer to life's mysteries. I can be a strong woman on my own.
Stepping Stone continues to provide assistance in a way that makes the most sense for those of us who are recovering from homelessness, to help us slowly take one step at a time to heal, to learn a few new skills, and to get to a healthier and more self-sustaining place.
The people who work for and the people who seek help at Stepping Stone continue to astonish with their resilience and strength. These men and women, they're wonderful. Yes. This evening, however, we'd like to acknowledge some very strong women who have been both advocates for those without shelter and assistance and those who have sought shelter and assistance themselves. Women like Michelle, Renee, Shelley, Bernice,
Jennifer H., Jatu, Jennifer C., Julie, Renee, Rihanna, Danny,
Valerie, Steph, Sam, Heather, Tammy, Lori, Jan, Jill, Becky,
Nancy, Rania, Cynthia, Jennifer P., Nichelle, Nicole, Yar, and Camille, all strong women.
strong women,
Forgive and forget. Live large and let love in. Tough in their thin skin. Find room to let light in. A way to work through all the things life throws at you. That's what a strong woman can do. I can be a strong woman on my own. In 1994, Shiloh Industries started providing shelter to homeless adults and was subsequently established as Stepping Stone Emergency Housing. That was 2005.
Then 3 years later, in 2008, Stepping Stone received nonprofit status, a board of directors was appointed, and a 16-bed facility was established on Ferry Street, creating the only licensed homeless shelter in Anoka County, serving single adults and they began to expand.
It's the only homeless shelter serving youth and adults in 5 suburban counties. That's Anoka, Carver, Dakota, Scott, and Washington.
In 2019, Stepping Stone provided emergency and programmatic shelter for 507 men and women experiencing homelessness, which translates into more than 24,000 nights of shelter provided. In 2020 and 2021, Stepping Stone sheltered no more than 400 people each year. Not because there were fewer people experiencing homelessness, but because there was less movement of those experiencing homelessness.
Do you know how cruel and inhumane a stay-at-home order is for someone without a home?
Today, Stepping Stone provides an around-the-clock, 7 days per week, temporary home for up to 66 youth and adults in a dormitory-style setting. In addition, it's one of only a small handful of shelters in the U.S. that provide a wide array of on-site supports and amenities to help residents move from homelessness to self-sufficiency.
And now, Stepping Stone is looking to expand again to help maintain our ability to help people experiencing housing instability. With the go-ahead from Anoka County, which owns the building, we hope to add a second floor. Yeah. And that would add 6,000 square feet to our space and allow for the necessary distancing between residents.
It would save taxpayers money, as the price tag of moving residents out to the hotel came at a steep price.
With the renovation, there will be a second floor, which will put Stepping Stone back to full capacity under one roof again. And now I'd like to bring up the serious Democrat and the hilarious Republican. Where are you guys? Get your silly butts up here. Come on up here.
Aren't these guys amazing? So, actually, I have to apologize. I did a bad thing, John. What'd you do? Well, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You know, the $500 fine thing.
His phone did go off. Did you guys hear that?
Wow.
There really wasn't a $500 fine, but we just wanted to have it not go off. But so the thing is, that was a rule and kind of a
Lady, you want to help?
and a penalty. It was a kind of a penalty, and so penalties are kind of like rules and sucky, and so it just makes people kind of hunker down. And I made you all do that, but giving is out of love, and so thanks for keeping the phones off. But now as you think about different ways you can help, that comes out of your generosity and out of your open heart and out of a happiness, and there's no rule about that. And I don't think you forgot that you're at a fundraiser for this amazing organization. And if you noticed on the math where there 500 and some people, there's only 66 beds. So that means they're kind of moving through. And I think that's pretty amazing. I have to read something, though, and I can't see without my glasses.
You need your glasses on.
Yeah. So I just was, if you look at their like mission statement, the steward part, they're stingy. They make the pennies, they make dollars turn into 5. Respect, that's where it starts. Because everybody that they see has got open arms and a welcome bed, and they're people. And they got a pass, but so do I. And so they come in there and welcome, friend, traveling through. And then they collaborate with community partners in ways to help each of those individuals have a good opportunity. My own cousin was one of those persons with whom they collaborated to find some housing. And then they empower. And that's what makes me excited, so they can move on and be successful. And you're all a part of that.
Did you guys hear his phone go off? Seriously. I know, and this is the PBS intermission, so let's just be very clear here. But please consider donating whatever your heart is guiding you to do, right? And there's a few simple ways that you can do this. So at your table, there's a CR code. I don't even know what CR stands for. That's another one of those TLAs. Do you guys know what a TLA is? You ever been in a meeting when they start rattling off all these things? What's it called? All right. So it's that thing. This thing. It's a thingy. So a TLA is an acronym for a 3-letter acronym. Just remember that when you're ever in a meeting and somebody starts rattling off the ABC dictionary. But so you got your QR code, right, Jim? So you can scan this QR code right from the website for a safe and secure online transaction. Safe and secure. Whoa. And then, but for those of you that were bidding, and I want to know who the person was that overbid me by $80 on that. I'm kidding. I'm just doing. But you can go back to that app on your phone, right? The bidding thing, the bidding thingy, right? And it is, right? The bidding sign, right, Jim? And it says right here, you can do the actual the silent auction app, which is equally safe and a safe way to secure. Plus, you can see how we're doing so far on our donations, right?
So I mean, there's two thingies you can use.
But I think there's a third thingy that you can use too, Senator Abler. Do you know what that third thing is? That some envelope you got in your hand? Or there you go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, see this? Piece of paper. Let's go back to 1970. See, somebody likes the 1970s thing. So, right?
Where does the paper go?
So it says,
Where does the paper go?
it says, finally, at your table, there's an envelope. You guys see the envelope? Somebody hold up the envelope for me right now. Come on. Thank you. All right. Whew. Ready, Jim? You can safely put cash, I like cash, or check in that envelope. And then what you can do, right, Jim? What's it say here? As you leave this evening.
Well, you put the paper in the envelope.
That's what you do first. Oh, where's Valerie or Lori? Are you guys around? Come on, stand up so we can see you. Jeez. All right, right there. See that? So there, you guys are over there, Lori and Valerie. So as you're going out, make sure when you're checking on your winning biddings from this thing, right, then you guys can hand her the envelopes. So does that make sense to everybody? Senator Abler, you got to finish us off here, don't you? I don't know. It says that.
Are you ready for us to stop talking and go back to the amazing Illusion Theater? No, hey, it's all on you.
Round of applause for the Senate. Thank you, thank you. I was hoping for a little more knock-knock jokes, but
Well.
that's a different fundraiser.
Yeah.
All right, thank you all so much for your generosity. Stepping Stone is on the way to realizing the second floor dream that would mean no more hotel stays for residents.
Yes. A second floor that will allow residents and staff more room to safely distance in-house during this pandemic and beyond.
A second floor will help Stepping Stone keep moving forward, helping and supporting people reach their own second floor.
Dreams move us up, we ascend over time to reach as high as we can climb.
To long for the stars, to lasso the moon,
To hold to our dreams of creating more room. We're going to the second floor. There's a need for so much more. We're going to the second floor to make dreams come true. We're going to the second floor, fulfilling a promise. We're going to the second floor to make dreams come true. I can imagine what lies ahead, even though I cannot see it. This is my dream when I'm awake. Give me the strength to believe it, one step at a time.
we're going to the second floor.
One step at a time.
The time is right to make dreams come true.
One step at a time.
Come on, Beth.
We're going to the second floor to make dreams come true. We're going to the second floor. There's a need for so much more. We're going to the second floor to make dreams come true. We're going to the second floor, fulfilling a promise. We're going to the second floor to make dreams come true.
The time is right.
The dreams we cast are within reach. They're ours at last. We're going to the second floor. Our dreams can come true. We're going to the second floor. Our dreams can come true. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Shall we head on?
Well, good evening. My name is Tim DeLapp, and I have the good fortune of being the chairman of the board of Stepping Stone. Well, thank you. You know, between the senators and the theater, this is a very, very difficult act to follow. So I just wanted to take a couple of minutes to say thank you to the staff, the performers, the Bunker Hills event team, who has worked actually for months to pull this event together for everybody. Yes. And Stepping Stone can only exist because of gifts that we receive. And I'm talking more than the monetary gifts that each of you has probably generously provided tonight. And I'd like to just say thank you to some of the gifts that we experience, or especially the staff experiences. First, let me call out the gift of courage. This very important gift comes from our residents and our clients. When they enter Stepping Stone, as you heard, they make a pledge. They have to take steps to change their lives. They're moving towards self-independence. This is difficult work, and it takes a lot of courage to do. There's also the gift of time and philanthropy. You, our honored guests tonight, I thank you for your time, being here to learn more about the Stepping Stone. And whatever financial gift that you gave us is greatly appreciated. We still have time for a few more, don't we, Julie? Okay, there's still time to make a little bit more. But beyond philanthropy, let me just call out, you can serve in other ways. We look for volunteers. Stepping Stone is currently hiring staff at this time. You can even serve on the board of directors. Any way that you want to contribute to Stepping Stone, we greatly appreciate your time and energy and effort. Phone's gone dead. Oh, there it's back. It's back. Okay. Let me call out the gift of time and talent. I'd like to ask the Stepping Stone Board of Directors to please stand. Okay. Thank you. The board is made up of these individuals and others. Recognize that the board members are all volunteers. Collectively, we represent a diverse set of people who have skills and talent that we collectively pool to try to provide some strategic stewardship and leadership to the organization overall. But most importantly, as the board, we're honored to serve Stepping Stone clients and support the staff who does this wonderful work. Okay? And that brings me to the gift of leadership and compassion. This applies to all of our staff at Stepping Stone, especially our executive director, Julie Jepson. Okay? Stepping Stone team, we know your jobs are very, very difficult at times, and also at times thankless. But so tonight, I did want to thank you on behalf of the board that your efforts are greatly appreciated. And it's only through your efforts have you enabled Stepping Stone to be a recognized service leader, not only in Anoka County, but throughout the metropolitan area and the state of Minnesota. Okay, so thank you for all of your work. You know, these are just a few of the many gifts that Stepping Stones is blessed to receive over many years. And with further ado, I'd like to introduce and allow Julie Jepson to come to the stage so we can wrap up tonight. Thank you.
Dang. Hi. How's it going? Are you having as good of a time as I am? Yeah, right? So thank you, Tim, and thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. Jim, John, I knew exactly what tonight was going to be, and you were awesome. Thank you. Yeah. It is truly my honor. Sorry, I just saw my kids. It is truly my honor and my privilege to be standing up here tonight. Next week, I celebrate, yes, celebrate 10 years of being with this remarkable organization. Right? And over those 10 years, Corey, yeah, I don't have no cards this year. Okay. Right? Yeah, so you won't have to come pick up. I know you are, yeah. So over those 10 years, I carry with me so many life lessons every single day. But one that I wanted to mention this evening is that it takes a community to change lives. A community that includes our elected officials. Thank you, Jim and John, for leading us through such a wonderful night. Thank you, Commissioners Gamache and Meisner and Reinert, for being here tonight and all that you do and supporting us, particularly in these last few months, which I'll talk about a little bit later. A community that includes, as Tim mentioned, a board of directors who keeps us focused and financially stable and mission-driven, but also other volunteers. The volunteers that made tonight possible, can you please stand up for just a moment? This is remarkable. Ladies, please stand up. Come on. Thank you so much. And all the volunteers who actually work for Stepping Stone but don't get paid. We love you, right? And without you, there's so much more. Ooh, whose phone is going off? $500. Yep, right there. And for those volunteers who work for Stepping Stone but don't get paid, we couldn't do half of what we do without you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And our staff. Could you please, the staff of Stepping Stone who are here tonight, could you please stand up for a moment? You astound, where's Valerie? Yeah, there you go. You astound and inspire me daily with what you give and what you do day to day in walking alongside of our residents so that they never need to experience homelessness again. Thank you. And of course, our community also includes our residents. It has to include our residents because, unfortunately, without them, we wouldn't be here tonight. So for the residents' stories who you heard tonight, for the residents who are here tonight, your courage and vulnerability in sharing your lives with us are so incredibly appreciated. But our community also includes you, all of you in this room, whether you've been with us from the very beginning or are just hearing about us tonight, like, what did I sign up for? You're just hearing about us, Thank you. You are now part of our Stepping Stone community, and you personally are impacting the lives of the residents who we serve. I want to take the last minutes that I have the opportunity of being up here with you for to update you on what's been going on with Stepping Stone for the last few years. And I got to tell you, it's been a lot. There's a lot going on. And I don't want to get in the weeds of all of the ins and outs, but I do want to pinpoint on a few major events. Maybe you heard something about a second floor? Rumors. No, it's official. I got a letter. Yeah, no, I got a letter. So just to step back a little bit to give you some insight about what we've been dealing with. In April of 2020, through a very strong partnership with Anoka County, we moved half of our residents into a local hotel. For 15 months, until August of 2021, that's how we functioned, in 2 different locations between hotel and shelter. That 15 months, can only be best described as chaos in slow motion. You see, we knew COVID was not an if, but a when. And in those 15 months, we braced ourselves for the win. So in August of 2021, being confident in that we somehow could contain COVID with our sanitization and health and safety protocol, and also at that time the decline of the statewide numbers, we felt confident that we could move those half of the residents back into the shelter, getting to 100% capacity of 66 residents. Within 1 week of moving individuals back, we had our first case of COVID. 10 days later, 35% of our residents and 20% of our staff had COVID. We were in an instantaneous outbreak. We made the decision to move all of our residents, 66 residents, to the hotel, out of the shelter for their health and their safety. For 5 months, we had no residents in the shelter. During that time, while staff got well, we had to deal with something else, didn't we? A staffing shortage. Which finally, just last month, we were able to move half of our residents back to the shelter. So now we're functioning again in 2 different locations. With the ups and downs that COVID has brought, variants, surges, vaccines, our staff and our residents have equally experienced the same ups and downs. From mental health, my goodness, mental health decline, compassion fatigue, numerous relocations from shelter to hotel, uncertainty, anxiety, and alienation. It's been a lot. With a population of vulnerable adults, just imagine how difficult this is. For example, the first individual who tested positive in the shelter, we had to move her to a room per MDH guidelines. We had to move her to a room for quarantine and isolation. Do you know how inhumane it is for someone experiencing homelessness and mental health illness to go into quarantine and isolation, it was visible, the decline that she had in her mental health. For most of our residents, Stepping Stone is their first real, authentic time to be in a caring community, and that ended in a minute. It ended instantaneously. For the past 9+ years, I cannot begin to fully describe to you the frustration that I have felt knowing that there is a vacant second floor above me, right above my office, right above bedrooms, right above bathrooms, when I have hundreds, at one point 430 individuals on our wait list. Shocking, right? But going back to the commissioners, thank you, Commissioners Reinert, Meisner, Gamache, and your colleagues who are not here tonight for giving this the green light in accessing that vacant space. Now the fun part. This does not come with a cheap price tag, right? Late last year, Governor Walz allocated $17 million for the specific purpose of renovation and acquisition to emergency shelter for the sole purpose of mitigating the spread of infectious disease. I'm going to be saying a lot of numbers here, so try and catch up. If you have any questions, let me know. This was, ooh, whose phone? Ooh. Oh, is that you again, sir? $1,000. So this $17 million was a statewide, very competitive grant opportunity that we had. I submitted a $2.3 million request. See, in the second floor, the water has been running up there for 7 years. The HVAC system needs to be overhauled. Windows are broken. It needs a lot of love and attention, like all of us, right? So my $2.3 million request was submitted, and I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfectly aligned with this. And our strong reputation within the community and the work that we've done led to a $1.9 million award. Though the project wasn't fully funded, which is fine, which is totally fine, it's important to point out how impressive a small little nonprofit in Anoka, Minnesota, got over 10% of the full funds allowed. Yep. It does, however, leave us with a $400,000 funding gap. And we have a lot of strategies to try and figure out how to make that work. And yes, you are part of that strategy. So, as Tim mentioned earlier, there's a number of ways to give. And if you feel compelled, oh. Is that my mother-in-law, Eva? Okay, yeah, okay. Nice. Oh, okay, I guess we're donating $500. But as Tim mentioned, there's a number of ways to give. And if you choose to give from your heart this evening, financially, thank you. Thank you very, very much. Your financial investment in Stepping Stone has always been and will always go to impact the lives of our residents. In closing, I'd like to leave you with something that a resident said to me the first day he moved back to the shelter from the hotel. He says, "Thank you so much for whatever you did in getting us back to the shelter. The hotel was nice for a while, but we need structure and discipline. Being all together under one roof gives us that." Thank you all one final time for joining us in this wonderful evening. And for all of you that you give to Stepping Stone and our residents, thank you. Be well, drive safe. Good night.